Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to this video, guys. My name is Liaquat. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Alright, so let's carry on with this lesson. Then now, I was actually thinking of making this lesson very long because I want to finish the whole chapter, but then I thought, you know what, it's just going to be a rush and I don't like that. So I'm going to break it down, inshallah, into the last two parts then. So first of all, as you guys know, I tried to explain the words. So you have talaba, it means to request. Ghurama, it means the creditors. Words came before. Muflis means bankrupt. Hajar is introduction, limitation. Qadi is judge. Bay is to sell. Tasarruf is to deal, to invest. Iqrar is to admit or to confess. Liyadurru, it means to harm. Ghurama, again, it means creditors. Imtana'a, to refuse. Okay, a lot of these words have come before. Muflis, bankrupt. Qasama, it means to distribute, divide. Hissas, shares. Then you have aqarra from iqrar. Hajar is introduction. Qada is pay off duyun, debts. Then you have yunfiqu, to spend. Muflis is a bankrupt person. Okay, check out the rest of them. Remember, a lot of these you guys have really done, but and then dhawi, it means possesses. Arham means womb, okay, which all of it actually means relatives, right? So it actually just means relatives. Yu'raf muflis, mal, wealth. Talaba, ghurama, habs. Okay, hakim is the judge. Dain is debt. Iltazama, it means to make binding, to become binding. Badalan an mal, hasala. Thaman, it means price. Mabi, goods. Qard is a loan. Wafi kulli dain, debt. Iltazama, again, to make it binding upon oneself. Kafala is guaranteeing, to guarantee, guarantor. And then iwad is exchange. Maghsoob is something which is usurped. And then you have arsh, which is blood money. Blood money. Jinayat is injuries. And then taqum, stand, bayyin mal. Right, so this is straightforward. I don't want to spend too much time on words which, you guys have covered before. So it's okay. Let's have a look now at this. So qala Abu Yusufa wa Muhammadun is the file. Talaba ghurama al-muflisi. This is mudaf and this is mudaf ilayhi. Al-hajara, this is the maf'ul bihi of talaba. Hajara al-qadi is the file. Alayhi. Now why did I put a sukoon on there? Do you guys know? Put in the comments. Mana'ahu min al-bay'i wa tasarrufi wal iqrari. All of this ataf onto bay, majroor. Hatta la yadurrah. Okay, so hatta has an un hidden here. Right, so there's an un. بالغرماء وباع ماله is مفعول به. إن امتنع المفلس من بيعه وقسمه بين غرمائه بالحصص فإن أقر في حال الحجر بإقرار مضاف إليه مال لازم فعله ذلك is the file. بعد قضاء الديون وينفق, it can be ينفق, وينفق القاضي على المفلس من ماله وعلى زوجته وأولاده الصغار موصوف صفة. Okay, let's move up. وذوي أرحامه مضاف إليه إن لم يعرف أو يعرف. Remember, I'm making this the qadi. Okay, the qadi is the file. للمفلس actually, you know what, I should have made it majhul, isn't it? Because this is mal. It's supposed to be يعرف له مال, نائب file. وطلب غرماؤه حبسه مصدر وهو يقول لا مال لي حبسه الحاكم في كل دين التزمه بدلا عن مال حصل في يده كثمن المبيع وبدل القرض وفي كل دين التزمه بعقد كالمهر والكفالة ولم يحبسه القاضي فيما سوى ذلك كعوض المغصوب وأرش الجناية إلا أن تقوم البينة أن له مالا. Ism of أن. Right, so that's the Turkey part done, which you guys like for some reason. You guys are fanatics. Alright, so let's explain this masala. Alright, so basically what's going to happen here is it's the opinion of Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Muhammad. Okay, so Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Muhammad's opinion here, which is basically this guy who is let's call him a muflis, right? So this guy is muflis, right? Guy's got no money, nothing. Can you put hajar on him? Remember Abu Hanifa rahimahullah said you cannot do that. But Imam Abu Yusuf Muhammad said, yes, you can. You're allowed to put restrictions onto this individual. Now, when is this? So this is when the ghurama, so the ghurama are the creditors, people who he owes money to. Yeah, so let's say if we call these the ghurama, not the ghuraba. Don't get this confused with ghuraba, ghuraba, ghuraba. You know that nasheed? No, this is ghurama from the word gharim. Gharim means someone who is owed money. So let's say, for example, he owes these guys, I don't know, £3,000. Right? He owes them £3,000, and they've all gone to the judge, and they've said to the judge, "Excuse me, Mr. Judge." So this is the judge sitting on his seat, Mr. Qadi. Yeah, so Qadi. He's sitting on his seat, and they're saying to him, "Look, we want restrictions to be put onto him. This guy is crazy. Yeah, so hajar him." Right, so now is the judge going to put restrictions onto? Yes, the judge will say, yes, I agree. That's according to Abu Yusuf and Muhammad. Okay, they're going to put restrictions on him. And what's going to happen is basically this guy will not be able to, he's going to put restrictions. He can't buy and sell. He can't invest his wealth. He can't give his wealth away. He's not allowed to even say that he owes money. Right, so he can't do iqrar, which is a kind of confession where you admit that you owe someone money. He can't do any of that. So much so that he's not allowed to do anything that's going to harm the money that he owes them. That £3,000, he can't do anything. All right, so let's have a look at the text then. All right, so he says, قال أبو يوسف ومحمد, Imam Abu Yusuf and Muhammad, they say, إذا طلب غرماء المفلس, when the غرماء of the muflis, the creditors, they demand hajar upon him. They're saying hajar him. Hajar al-Qadi, the judge, in this case, he will say yes, put restrictions on him. ومنعه من البيع, stop him from selling and buying. تصرف, investing his wealth in any way. And iqrar, and even to go around openly admitting that he owes people money. حتى لا يضر, so much so that he does not harm the ghurama. Okay, that's the first part of this now. The next part is, let's say for example he has mal. Right, so he either yes, I'm going to put down over here, yes, he has mal. He admits, you know what, I've got mal, I've got a car, I've got, I don't know, I've got a house, and I've got stuff, blah blah blah, I've got all these things. What's going to happen? So he's going to be told by the judge, you have to now go and you have to sell these things now. Right? So sell whatever you can to pay off the £3,000. And then whatever he sells, so let's say he sells his car and he sells his house, and from there he makes, I don't know, let's say he only makes £1,000. It's going to be divided between them according to how much they owed. So let me just right, so I'm trying to sort this out. It's a bit too big. This is what happens with technology, guys. So let's say, for example, it's 3,000 that he owes. Okay, so let's say he owes them 3,000. Right, so £3,000. But for example, like let's say he owes one of them 500. Okay, he owes one of them, I don't know, 1,000, and he owes the other one 1,500. Right, so can you see the amount that he owes each one? So if he was to sell his car, right, for let's say £1,000, that £1,000 is going to be divided between them according to how much they have between themselves in shares. Right, so in other words, so let's work out this. So basically, how many, so we take 3,000. So how many 500s are there in 3,000? So there's going to be 6 of them, yeah? So out of, in other words, 6, 1/6. So this guy is owned 1/6. This guy is owned 2/6, which is obviously a third, but I'll make it easier. And this one is owned 3/6 half. So that's how it's going to be divided in. So forget the number 1,000. 1,000 is not going to work. Let's say it's 1,000. Let's say £600. Yeah, so let's say £600. £600. So therefore, he's going to get basically 100. Yeah, he's going to get 200, and he's going to get 300. Yeah, so 100 and 200 and 300. That's the kind of share. That's how it's going to be divided. Does that make sense? Finally, I've explained it to you. So وَبَاءَ مَالَهُ إِنِ امْتَنَعَ الْمُفْلِسِ مِنْ بَيْئِهِ. So what he's going to do is the judge will actually step in and he's going to sell the mal of this guy. If he refuses to sell it, the judge will step in and he'll actually sell it. وَقَسَمَهُ, and then he's going to divide it between, so this £600 he's going to divide it between the three according to how much they are owed. Does that make sense? So depending on how much they owed, that's how. So 100 to guy number 1, 200 to guy number 2, 300 to guy number 3, and so forth like that. That's how they're going to divide. So bil hisas, this is called. Yeah, bil hisas. Okay, next. Let's move down then. So let's say now this guy, he does an iqrar and he says, you know what, I owe people money. So what's going to happen is, if he does an iqrar and says, I owe people money, nothing is going to be added until these guys are paid off. So these guys, 3,000, remember that 3,000 that he owes them. Right, that has to be paid off first, and then we're going to look at the claims that he's making that he owes people money. Right, so this is the 3,000. So anything, let's say he says, I owe so-and-so 1,000. This 1,000 is only going to be necessary after he's paid off those three people. All right, so فَإِنْ أَقَرَّ, if he does إقرار في حال الحجر, in the state of حجر, بإقرار مال, of admitting that he owes someone money, لزمه ذلك, this will become binding upon him after the قضاء الدين, after paying off the 3,000. Okay. All right. So the judge is also going to spend on this guy's family as well. Right. So he's going to spend on his family. Right. So we're going to spend on his family. So ينفق على المفلس, al-muflis, you're going to spend on him. I'm going to change this color. So we're going to spend on him. We're going to spend on his wife, spend on his children, his young children, underage children, and spend on any relatives that he's got obligations to, like his parents and all that. So all of these are going to be money. The qadi, the judge, is going to pay for all of these individuals. All the people under his care are going to be paid from his money. Okay, so وَيُنْفِقْ, the judge is going to spend al-muflis min malihi, from his own wealth, right? وَعَلَى زَوْجَتِهِ, and on his wife, وَأُولَادِهِ الصِّغَارِ, the minor kids, وَذَوِي أَرْحَامِهِ, and his close kin that legally he has responsibilities to. Now this is all if he has mal. Okay, what if he claims that he does not have mal? What if he's going around saying to people, I don't have any mal, no mal for me, no, I've got no mal at all? Then what happens over there? Then they're going to do a lot of investigation, searching to see if he's got any mal. And the ghurama, remember those ghurama that we mentioned about early on, right? These guys over there, the ghurama. These guys, basically, if they want for him to have restrictions put on him, in such that they're saying, you know what, judge, we want him to be put in prison. Imprison him. Go on. Yeah. Put him in prison. Because sometimes people are scared of prison. So maybe prison will be enough of a deterrent to kind of get them to sort themselves out, or get him to. So prison. Put him in prison, jail. Yeah, so put him in jail. So this is what's going to happen to him. So وَإِن لَمْ يُعْرَفْ لِلْمُفْلِسِ مَال, if there is not known that the muflis has any mal, وَطَلَبَ غُرَمَاءُ حَبْسَهُ, and the ghurama want him to be imprisoned. Habs means in prison. وَهُوَ يَقُول, whilst he says لَا مَالَ لِي, he carries on saying I have no mal, I have no mal, I have no mal. حَبَسَهُ الْحَاكِمُ, the judge will put him in prison. And now what will he be put in prison for? So he won't be put in prison for any money that he owes, okay? It has to be specific types of money that he owes. So he will be put in prison for 2 types of things that he owes. Okay, 1, 2. Okay. So he's going to be put in prison for anything, kullu dainin, every debt that he has made binding upon himself, badalan, in exchange for wealth, that he hasala, that he acquired, fi yadihi, in his hand, كَثَمَنِ الْمَبِيء وَبَدَلِ الْقَرْضِ. So like, for example, the price of buying something. So he's bought himself a car, he owes the seller money, that's thaman, mabi. Badal al-qard is basically the money that he owes because of a loan that he borrowed from someone, right? So these are the 2 kind of things that a person usually sort of like makes binding upon themselves, right? So money that they owe from buying something and money that they owe because of debts. Okay, that's the first 2 types. The second 2, so let's just put this as 3 and 4. So 3, or rather 3 rather. So this is all one. Yeah, this is what we call dain iltazamahu. So badalan an mal. And then these 2, right, these are all dain fi kulli. Let's do a different color. في كل دين التزمه بعقد, every debt that he owes because of a contract that he's come in. Right, so dain بعقد, التزم بعقد. So he's kind of made a contract with someone. So for example, like what kind of contracts? Like for example, he's married a woman and he's promised her mahar. Right, so mahar. Or kafala. He's kind of guaranteed, someone's buying something and he said to them, you know what, if you can't pay for it, I will take care of it. I'll pay for it. So these are like people have voluntarily, they've kind of decided that they're going to pay that. So if anyone gets married and they decide to pay the woman a mahar, they've decided to pay that, and now it's become binding. And likewise, if a person does this in guaranteeing someone. So the judge can only lock them for these types of things. All right, these are the 2 things, and he's gave 4 examples of things that prison can be locked up in prison for. He can't be locked up in prison for any other money that he owes, for any other reason. Right, so this is what he says. He says, وَلَمْ يَحْبِسْهُ, the judge is not allowed to lock him away, فِيمَا سِوَى ذَلِكَ, in anything besides that, كَإِوَذِ الْمَغْصُوبِ, like for example, the exchange item that has been usurped, وَأَرْشِ الْجِنَايَةِ, and blood money of injuries. Right, so let's say for example, this guy has taken someone's, I don't know, cow. Yeah, so he's taken someone's cow. I haven't done my cow pictures in a long time. He's taken someone's cow, he's usurped it, it's called ghasab. And he's kind of like destroyed it now. So he owes the guy, I don't know, let's say £500 because of the cow. He can't be locked up for that. He owes it, but he can't be locked up. Or for example, like he's cut someone's, he had a fight with someone, he's got a sword. Yeah, and he's gonna cut someone's arm off. My arm. Let's put your arm there. So he owes money. So therefore that money that he owes, he can't be locked away for that. Alright, so this is why he says, إِلَّا أَن تَقُومُ الْبَيْنَ أَنَّ لَهُ مَالًا. Unless in all these cases, then it'll become necessary, unless he has mal, then he can be locked away even for these 2 cases. Okay, so if أَن تَقُومَ بَيْنَ is established that he has mal. Proof is found. Someone found proof that this guy really has mal and he's hiding it away. And that's it, guys. So see, these kind of masail really need to be understood in an Islamic context where there's a court system, where there are all these things that can be implemented. All right. And also, like understanding different types of money that you owe. Understand the concept of iqrar. We haven't done iqrar yet. Dain, duyun, ghurama. Right. So all these things require a lot of understanding of the other chapters as well. That's why it can become a bit difficult to understand. All right, so let's have a look at some questions that you might have. All right. So, what does Imam Abu Yusuf and Muhammad rahimahullah say about a muflis? A muflis, if the ghurama want him to be interdicted, to be restricted, given hajar by the qadi. He says yes, that can happen. Okay, and to what extent can it happen? Well, he can't sell, he can't invest his wealth, and he can't do iqrars of money he owes people. And what if he does iqrar that he owes someone money? If he does iqrar that he owes someone money, then that money is going to be owed after he's paid off all the money, that £3,000 that we said. Okay, so what's going to happen about his mal? If he's got mal, the judge will make him sell it, and if he refuses to sell it, then the judge himself will sell it, and then it'll be divided amongst the ghurama according to the shares that he owes them, the amount that he owes them. What's going to happen to his expenditure? So the judge will spend on him, his wife, his wife, and all his family members that require spending on. Okay, what's going to happen if he says he has no mal? If he's got no mal and the ghurama want him imprisoned, he can be imprisoned, but only for those debts that are badal of mal, or those debts that he's incurred because of an aqd that he's come into. Okay, and that's it basically. And what about the others? Those can only be imprisoned for if he has mal. Alright guys, I hope this makes sense. I know I know hajar can be a bit like tedious and a bit boring as well sometimes, but inshallah I hope I made it interesting for you guys. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Jazakumullah khair for watching this video, and inshallah I will see you guys next week. Oh yeah, my patrons, thank you very much for supporting my channel. May Allah bless all of you guys. If any of you guys want to become patrons, support my channel on a monthly basis, please check out the description below and hit the like button and subscribe button. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.